for me. Salad. And then we've got parsley. So I'm going to figure out what to do with that in a minute. So this takes a while. So what I might do is make a soup. Okay, so I'm going to make a vegetable soup. Okay, and I've got some carrots here, some whole leaf spinach here, and we'll just use all of this as well. Okay, so I'm going to get a saucepan. When I make soup, obviously when it's a catering kitchen, when I've made soup in the past, I've just put everything in there. Any kind of vegetable leftovers, I make soups with those. If I had chicken left, then I would make a chicken and vegetable soup, or I'd make whatever it is I've got left, actually, goes into a soup. So that's how I do it, really. But this is cooking nice. So we'll cook this for another 5 minutes. And then we're going to drain it, okay? Then we're going to drain our marmalade, right? So that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, we'll start on our vegetable soup. We're doing two things there. I'm only doing this because we just boiled it down. So first of all, we'll put in some spinach. We don't need to cut that up or anything. It comes in these little round circles. So we're going to use 4. That's enough. 4 of those. And then we'll put 2 carrots in. Right. I'm not going to add onions to this. This is just whatever that was on the table in front of me, soup. Okay. So this is. But if I was making a soup from scratch, you would use onions, celery, carrots, and you make a sort of base with that. And that can be for any kind of soup that you're making. But this is just because my partner brought this down, and I'm just going to turn it into a soup just like that. I will put these in, just break them, and put them in. And now we're going to cover it with some water. I've not seasoned it yet or nothing like that. We just want to just get it going. Cover it with some water, and then put it on to boil. And in a minute we'll put some seasoning in it. Give it a minute to get going. Right, so our lemon and lime juice is coming on nicely. So we'll get rid of this now. liking it. There are no rules, okay? You can make your own rules. Cooking should be fun, okay? And I try and just like, I like following recipes sometimes, but sometimes I just don't. I just like make my own thing, just to get rid of it. And it always seems to turn out okay. But you know, I like making dinners with different meats, and I like doing different things. So if there's anything you'd like me to cook, you know, because I am in Wales here, and if there's any sort of breakfast items that you'd like me to cook, because obviously I do breakfast, like breakfast breads or anything like that, or anything, just leave a comment below, and I will endeavour to do it for you, as long as it's not too out there. And if it's Welsh, then better, really, because I am in Wales, and if you'd like me to cook something Welsh, then that would be great. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it is, really, as long as it's not too extravagant. And I'm not Gordon Ramsay, or I don't claim to be any kind of specialist chef. I'm just a normal woman that just happens to have bought a bed and breakfast, and I actually have an amazing. Leave me a message, and I will answer every single comment. Okay. And if you would like to come and stay here, I'll direct you to my Dolbrodmaeth website. Okay. And as of yet, I haven't filled it out with any kind of courses. I just want to see if there's any interest in it first before I start, like, marketing it, if you know what I mean. So this is my first shot of cooking on the camera. So I hope you're enjoying it. Please tell me if you're not. Anyway, so that's the lemons and the limes. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is just strain the juice off. Syrup in there, so you want to put that back on, but we want to test it now. That's the other half of the spoon. Oh, too strong. Okay. So now what we need to do is test the syrup, but let it cool down first. Do not, I repeat, do not take the syrup out and put it in your mouth. Let it cool down, because it's going to be boiling, boiling hot. Right? So I'm just going to leave it there for a second while it cools down. And keep stirring it. And now all the sugar has dissolved, by the way. So all the sugar's dissolved. And vegetables are just starting to come to boil. I'm going to turn them down in a minute, okay? We'll add some salt and pepper. Actually, we can do that now while I'm saying it to you. So I always use this sea salt crystal. You can use whatever salt you want, but I like sea salt. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. So all I'm doing here, this only makes enough for like a small jar. Obviously, if you want to make more, then you can. Whoa. That needs more sugar. So, yeah. And the thing is with, if you're making lemon and lime marmalade, you won't need to put any pectin in, because pectin comes out of lemons anyway. And if you need pectin for strawberries or something, because sometimes the fruit doesn't create enough acid to make the marmalade or jam, so usually put a bit of lemon juice in it. And I use normal lemons, I don't use lemon juice in bottles or anything, but you can do, and you don't need much, you only need a couple of drops or something. But if you're following a recipe, then just see what it says. So I've put more sugar in it because it's really sour. But you can really taste the lemon and the lime. And the way to test to see if your jam or marmalade is done, I'll show you shortly. But you should be able to take some out and then put it on a plate, and then when you go like that, it will stay. It won't like just disperse straight away. And that means that it's ready. And some things take, some fruits are a lot quicker than others. Usually if I make a mixed fruit jam, and you can use frozen berries, I find that if you use frozen berries, they're best. So you can make mango, you can make raspberry, pineapple, strawberry, mixed fruit, whatever berries, blackberries. If you haven't got fresh berries, just use frozen fruit in bags. That's what I use. So, so say in the summer when I'm making more jams for the people, I just like buy bags of mixed fruit or strawberries, like, because you get really big strawberries. And the thing is with those, they tend to be better for jam than when you buy fresh strawberries. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they're already frozen and they're nice and soft, and they just cook better. They cook quicker. I find with real strawberries, when I go and buy fresh strawberries, they take a lot longer to cook. But that's just my opinion on the situation. Yours could be completely different. So just remember that. This is all my take on things. You don't have to listen to anything I say. But I'm just telling you my point of view from my own experience. This is boiling up again now. So what you do with jam or marmalade is that you've got to keep it on a rolling boil, what you call a rolling boil. You don't want it to come to the top too much. You just want it to be constant. But you've got to keep an eye on it, really have, because you do not want it to catch at the bottom. This is why you need like a thick base saucepan, so it's less likely to catch. It doesn't mean it's 100% it's not going to catch. It could still catch, but it's less likely. And just keep stirring it like I'm doing. And it goes through its own process, obviously, because it's all to do with chemicals and their molecules and all that sort of stuff. And it goes through a process, which it's doing right now because it's becoming all bubbly. And then it'll get past this bit. But you don't want to, you want to make a syrup. This is what you're making. You're making a syrup. Because that's what jam is, basically, syrup. Right, these are boiling, so I'm going to turn these down. I'm going to put a lid on there. I'm just going to put a lid on this saucepan. Okay, for the soup. Okay, and then we'll just keep an eye on the marmalade. It will get darker in colour, which is what you want. You don't want it black. So, you see this? I just want to show you quick. See how it's bubbling up a lot right now? Okay, So that's the process that it goes through. So it won't stay like that. It'll get through that bit. This is what I've found every time I've made jam or marmalade, it goes through this process. If I was making jam right now, I would have left all the fruit in it, obviously. But because I'm making marmalade, I make it slightly different. I don't put the zest in, because I don't want to lose the flavour. And you want that bit of crunch as well. Because when you've got marmalade, it's always a bit crunchy. It's not like completely soft, is it, marmalade? So it's sort of got a bit more oomph in it. So this is what we're trying to create. And the way you create this, in my opinion, is to not put it in too soon, so it doesn't go too soft, right? That's my opinion. So we're going past the bubbly stage. It's getting past it, which means that the next stage is more of the syrup stage. But this is a process. So what we'll do in a minute is test it again and see how it's doing. So we just keep an eye on it, that's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to wash this out, well, I'm going to use a plate so I can show you better. And put it on the plate, okay? Like this. It's nowhere near done yet, by the way. Just let it cool, because we're also going to test it, see if it's sweet enough, yeah? Because you want it sort of bittersweet, because obviously it's marmalade and it has a zing and a punch to it, not like jam. Jam is more to do with the taste of the strawberries or whatever, and can be quite sweet. But when it's marmalade, you want it to have that punch. Wake you up in the morning. Oh, it's actually starting to set. Can you see that? Let me show you. So when you go like this, you see it's starting to set, it's starting to set. Can you see that? That's actually starting to set now. So that's nearly done actually. So what we're doing now, we're putting the lemon and the lime zest. So we'll put this in now. Okay. I'm going to stir it. But that is nearly done. That's nice. That looks really pretty. So we're going to cook that for another 5 minutes. And then it's actually done. So I'm going to test this. Oh. Oh yeah. That is really nice now. It's got a good zing in it. Yeah. That's gorgeous, by the way. With hot water and tip it in a bowl. Like, put the jar in there, put hot water on it, and that can sterilise it also, if you want to do that. Or you can boil them on the stove, or you can put them in a dishwasher like I do, which sterilises everything anyway. My dishwasher does. So, but it's not on at the moment because I don't have it on all day, and it's very, very quick. It only takes 2 minutes or 4 minutes. Now, that smells like candy floss. So I'm going to test this now to see if the lemon and lime smells. Oh my god, it smells so good. I'll just take a little bit out so you can see what it looks like. Okay. It's turning a golden colour now. And the foam is going now. Because a lot of these jams and things have anti-foaming agent in them. But it dissipates anyway, so And this lasts a lot longer than some of the bought jams from the shops, by the way, because it has its own built-in preservative, which is sugar. Sugar is a preservative, that's what they put in most foods, that's why they don't go off. But look, if you look now, this is done. See that? That's hot, but that is done. And that's going to taste really nice. So I'm going to actually taste that now. Shame I haven't got a bit of toast to, you know, I put all my jams and marmalade in, and this is appropriate breakfast chicken. And I have loads of these on my front counter. This is just all steamed up because it's cold in here, and I just took this out of the pantry cupboard there. So we're just going to warm it up because we're going to put some hot jam in there in a minute. So, and that's where it'll live. It'll live in there, and it doesn't last that long because, well, guests, they love homemade things. They'll always eat anything homemade first. So when you make something, because most people don't make their own jams and marmalades at home, when they come away and they see something homemade, they want to have that over everything else. And we'll just sterilise it a bit and warm it up for ready for the marmalade, which will be baking hot. If one makes like quite a lot of jars, then you need to use a lot of sugar and a lot of syrup, a lot of water, because of the reduction. It has to reduce down to turn it into the syrup, okay? And it will go brown, but you don't want it to go black, which means you've overcooked it. You do not, when you're doing it with a wooden spoon preferably, do not want to scrape the bottom ever. So if it catches and you know it's caught, then quickly transfer the jam or marmalade into another saucepan straight away. Do not scrape the bottom, okay? Because as soon as you scrape the bottom, it contaminates it and it will taste awful, and you'll get those black bits and you can't get them out and you'll ruin it. And I've done that before lots of times. So I know by experience that that will ruin your jam completely. So this is why you need a heavy, thick, like this, bottomed saucepan, right? Not a thin one, because if you use a thin one, it will just catch on the bottom in no time, okay? And you have to keep stirring. Do not, under any circumstances, walk away from it, okay? Because it does not take that long. Really, it doesn't. Once it's got to this stage where I'm at right now, where the syrupy stage, you really do not want to walk away from it because it will catch immediately. I'm not joking, because I've done this. Right, so now we're going to just put this hot water in here and inside this jug. You can sterilise them however you want. I'm just showing you this really simple method of sterilising a jar. And if you have a lot of jars, I've got massive saucepans here, like big saucepans, and what I normally do is just put loads of hot water or just boil them on the stove, you know, like 6 jars at a time, and put them in a big saucepan, cook them up on the cooker for about 10 minutes or so, and then just drain them on a tea towel, but do not dry them, because then you've defeated the object of sterilising them. So let them drain and dry naturally in the, you know, by their own heat. Right, this is looking good. I'm just going to check on my soup, which is cooking. Get another spoon. That's cooking nicely. The tomatoes are breaking up now. So with this soup that I'm making, which I'm just going to blitz, okay, so this is just like a vegetable soup. And if you do use fresh carrots, obviously they take longer to cook. This won't take long to cook because it's all soft vegetables and the carrots were frozen, which means that they don't take as long. And the spinach is just like really quick to cook. You know, spinach is very quick to cook. Yeah. So that's it really. And what I'm going to do is just blitz up the soup, and I'll show you at the end that I've done the soup, okay? And you can put cream in it or put yogurt on it, whatever, you know, make it all fancy. It's up to you how you know, serve it. I'll show you how I used to serve my soup in a soup bowl with a plate, but then I'm not going to do the bread, okay? Because I'm not eating bread at the moment. So, me and my partner will have that shortly for our starters, for our roast duck dinner that we're having today. So, this is nearly done. So I need to test the zest again. So I'm going to get another spoon. Marmalade that I'm making is actually for my guests. So I wouldn't put this back in there because it's bringing my mouth, okay? So I have to be aware of when I'm cooking that my guests are going to be eating this food. Well, not this soup, this is for me and my partner. So if I tasted it from there, it wouldn't matter so much, okay? But if I'm giving it to my guests, then I have to be aware of not, you know, cross-contamination. Very important. And then, can you ring this industry? Right, let's just check this now. So I'm going to get the zest. It's softening. And you can see that the marmalade is changing colour now. And it's hardened like within a couple of seconds. Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so that's done. And that's what it looks like. So my jar's nearly done. So the next bit that you'll see in a minute is that in there. All right? Okay. Hi there again. So here is the finished product. This is the lemon and lime marmalade that I just made. It's still quite hot at the moment, so I won't eat it yet. In the jar, and I'm just going to leave it in here to cool down, and then once it's cooled down I will put it in the fridge, okay? But that's the finished product. So that is the lemon and lime marmalade done. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the soup. So we'll just move that there so you can see that, and we're going to blitz the soup. So we've got our mixer here. So see that? And then we're just going to blitz the soup. So we're going to put our soup that we made in here. So it's all cooked now. So you want to ladle it in, or whatever you've got to put it in. It's not too hot. I'll go this side so you can see. Well, you can't see, but it's vegetables. You'll be able to see them going. Yeah. Just add some here. This is just going to be a basic soup, but it should thicken itself because of the juice. And the vegetables will thicken it. If you do want to thicken your soup, you can always use some bit of corn flour to thicken it with. Okay, so that's the first batch. Sorry, I'm not used to using this blender. I haven't blended anything for ages. So, it's the first batch of soup, so we're going to tip it into another saucepan. And then I'll put some more soup. I think I'll use a spoon with holes in it, actually. Not put so much liquid in. So I think I've got too much liquid in. You know, if it's hot, then. So there we are. So that's the soup. So I've made some soup. So what I'm going to do is thicken it a little bit. You don't have to, but I'm going to, because to me that's too runny for my liking. I like my soup a little bit more thicker than that. So I'm going to put some corn flour. So just like that. So it's watery. I've just got to be careful when you add this sort of ingredient to something hot. You've got to keep stirring it all the time, otherwise it go lumpy. So make sure that this is always running. This is why it's better to use corn flour. If you use normal flour, you will find that you will get a few lumps, but if it's something like this, you could just whisk it and the lumps will come out. But sometimes it's best just to use corn flour. But if I haven't got corn flour, I have used normal flour in the past. So you just put it in gently and just get it to the thickness that you want. It'll only take a couple of seconds. This is a very green soup because of all them green vegetables that are in it. If you're going to have like a dinner party or something, make the soup or any kind of sauces the day before, keep them in the fridge, and you'll find the flavour, even meat, anything, tastes so much better the second day. Well, that's my own experience of that. And I have noticed that it seems to always be better on the second day. And soup tastes much, much better on the second day, because I think it gives it time for all the flavours to come out, and it just tastes so much better. Well, to me it does. There's a little bit of juice in there which I will keep and put it in a jug. I'll give you a little tour in a minute just so you can see where we live. So I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, and this makes stock. So this is like vegetable stock now. So you can use this if you're going to make any kind of sauces, which I'm going to be making a sauce, but not on camera. Okay, I'm going to be making a plum sauce for our duck. Actually, I might show you that. See how I feel. Can you see this? Very difficult. I have to get a camera that I can tip. So this is the consistency of the soup now, so it's thicker. And if you let it rest, it'll probably thicken a bit more. That's actually done, so I'm going to serve it up into some bowls. And I'll put this over here, and we'll get rid of this stuff here, which is very hot. It'll take hours to cool down, actually. So that's okay. It's back. Okay, so that's that done. And then I'm just going to show you how I would serve the soup. So these are the soup bowls, or we use these old school ones. These are really old school. But I think we use these old school ones because they're just for me and Simon. I've got loads of these. It doesn't matter what they say now. And I'll use plates. And I'll just wipe that off there. There we are. And then to dress it, it's all off, isn't it? To dress it, put a bit of parsley here. And just put a little bit of parsley on the top. Or whatever you've got. Or you can put a swirl of cream on it. That's rather nice. But today we'll just put a bit of parsley on the top. So, okay. You can't see. And then you can have bread and butter and roll here next to it, or whatever you like. Alright, okay then. There's the soup. Okay. Okay. I just want to show you around quick, so you can see what it looks like here. This is the view out my window. See that raging river today? That's the River Dovey. Right, and this is our breakfast room. So this is where people come to eat breakfast, and they get this amazing view. This amazing view. So if you want to come and stay here, the sun's come out. This is beautiful. This is our garden. We have 4 acres of land, and you can come here, stay here. We do allow dogs, but very, very well behaved, and quite smallish ones, not gigantic. And then you can help yourself to teas and coffees, and you can also sit over here in this breakfast area here. Okay, and there's the view from the window. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did enjoy it, then give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, and if you'd like to see me make anything, then just leave a message. Okay then, so I hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. Bye.